1 visitor, 2 visitors, 3 visitors. Now let's get started.
Hello guys, it's Exa and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing a tap dance. No, I'm totally kidding, we're not. But we will be taking this snazzy sequin suit and turning it into an even cooler one with a giraffe print, similar to the one that Christine wore on Selling Sunset. I fell in love with this particular sequin suit. I don't know why, I feel like in general, like sequins look kind of tacky like this one, but with that pattern, it was so beautiful. But that suit costs like $3,000, and I can't afford that. So we're going to go ahead and try to make one on our own. Dance on this way and get started.
So all you're going to need is some thin tape and some spray paint to get started. So I'm just ripping off random little pieces of tape and placing them, starting with the pants. You just want to make some kind of geometric, blocky, giraffe type spaces. It's totally abstract and random, and however you want to do it, you can make them as big or small of pieces as you want. You could make them all symmetrical and hexagonal, you could make them all triangles, you could make them a whole mess of random shapes. It's completely up to you. And you don't have to be super precise with how your lines line up. I just kind of ripped pieces of whatever length, put them down, and then used that as a guide to figure out where I was going to place the next piece, so it looked completely random. And here is one pant leg done on the front, just, random kind of giraffe-ish looking print. So make sure that when you are going around from the front to the back that you kind of line up the seams. You want to make it look completely even as you go around your body, because obviously your body is not flat like this is when it's sitting down here. So just take your time making sure you carefully wrap around the corners. Oh, Maya. So this is obviously sped up because it did take a pretty long time to put all these pieces down, but I'm just continuing right along with placing my tape strips. Dun dun dun! Sparkly giraffe taped pants. Now we're going to move on to the jacket. So just like the pants, I'm just placing random pieces on the jacket. I did start with the front. Yeah, I just picked a random spot and started putting some giraffe spot things on them. Make sure that you do fold the lapels out and that your design does go kind of into the backside of the lapels, so that way when you're wearing it, if they move around a little bit, you won't see the pattern just stop, because that would probably look a little bit weird. The only difference is right here around the pocket. I wanted it to look continuous over the pocket. So as you'll see here, I'm just kind of wrapping the tape over the edge of the flap and then kind of lining up another piece of tape over the rest of the jacket body underneath the flap. So that way it's going to just look like it's one seamless piece and the pockets are kind of like hidden in the design. So I just ended up with something like this. And I would say definitely turn on your favorite TV show or put on some good tunes to listen to, because it's going to take you a really long time to put all these pieces down. This segment is sped up 20 times faster. And per usual, someone furry is trying to help me and not being very helpful in the process of trying to help. Thanks, Mo. You make a really great assistant and or paperweight. So when you are all done, your suit will end up looking something like this. And I gotta say, the blue actually looks kind of cool. Alright, moving on. Now we are just going to spray paint them. I think I did a couple coats around this. You just want to make sure that you're not putting too much at once because then it might drip off of them. So once the first side dried, I just flipped it over and did the other side. And once both sides have a couple coats of paint on them and it looks pretty even throughout them, I just kind of switched them over to the side here to make sure that I got that seam on the edge fully covered again, so when you're wearing them it doesn't look like there is a seam there. Alright, so the jacket was a little bit different. I did do one side and then the other side on the front. That is because I did not want the inside edge of the lapels to get any gold paint on them because that part needs to stay black for the design. So I just kind of put some paper underneath them and then did it one side at a time to make sure that the black part stayed black. Once the first side was fully dried, then I did the other side, and when that was dry, we are going to do the back the same way. Make sure that you're getting underneath the edge of those pockets there so that way it does look like that continuous design.
Alright guys, so I can already tell these are going to be amazing. You can see where it's coming out that the color is going to be so pretty. Oh my gosh, just look at that. Ah. It's like revealing them one at a time, piece at a time.
I was so excited with how the pants came out that I didn't film me taking the tape off, but you kind of get the point and you can watch me do it here on the jacket. And even more time of me just pulling tape off of these. It does take a really long time, surprisingly, to get all these little bits of tape off. I probably spent a solid 20 minutes or so getting all the tape just off the jacket. You can just see how much sparkle there is to this, and I'm just inside my basement, no like crazy special lighting. I bet it would sparkle even more if you're outside. Also, these pocket flaps came out perfectly.
Oh my goodness. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I've never felt more fashionable in my entire life. And no, I am not kidding when I say that. This is the friggin' coolest suit I think I've ever seen. Ever. Well guys, I hope you liked this edition of Getting Crafty with Exa and making another fun designer dupe fashion item. I honestly think it came out better than I was really anticipating. I really thought that putting the gold spray paint on it might make it look more matte and a little less shiny. And it's still pretty darn sparkly, catches the glint of the sun, and I'm really, really excited. I am totally going to wear this to work. And if you work with me, then you know that is a 100% true statement. I will definitely wear this crazy suit. It fits perfectly in my collection with all of my other crazy blazers, suits, and shoes. So if you guys try this one out at home or come up with a similar design, I would love to see what you do, so please send it to me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, suggestions, any rants, a life story, I don't know, whatever you might want to tell me, put it down in that comment section so that way I can read all about what you guys have to say. I really love hearing your guys' thoughts and communicating. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that little notification icon so that way you can be one of the first people to watch my new videos when they come out. Next week, we're going to have another very fun Christine Quinn inspired designer dupe, and you do not want to miss it. Until I finish editing that video and get it posted for all of you to view, I hope your day is as beautiful as you are.